in town that's taking the air. Reshape your reality, that's the name you know. Hosted by Pam, she's bringing the flow. She's got the fire, she's got the heat. Talking about topics you gotta meet. From motivation to self-discovery, Pam's dropping gems, it's a guarantee. Ooh yeah, she's shaking up the streets, bringing the heat. Reshape your reality, can't be beat. Pam's on fire, you better believe. Stay tuned, cause she's here to achieve. Yo, listen up, I got news to share. There's a podcast in town that's taking the air. Reshape your reality, that's the name you know. Hosted by Pam, she's bringing the flow. She's got the fire, she's got the heat. Talking about topics you gotta meet. From motivation to self-discovery, Pam's dropping gems, it's a guarantee. Ooh yeah, she's shaking up the streets, bringing the heat. Reshape your reality, can't be beat. Pam's on fire, you better believe. Stay tuned, cause she's here to achieve. Yo, listen up, I got news to share. There's a podcast in town that's taking the air. Reshape your reality, that's the name you know. Hosted by Pam, she's bringing the flow. She's got the fire, she's got the heat. Talking about topics you gotta meet. From motivation to self-discovery, Pam's dropping gems, it's a guarantee. Ooh yeah, she's shaking up the streets, bringing the heat. Reshape your reality, can't be beat. Pam's on fire, you better believe. Stay tuned, cause she's here to achieve. Yo, listen up, I got news to share. There's a podcast in town that's taking the air. Reshape your reality, that's the name you know. Hosted by Pam, she's bringing the flow. She's got the fire, she's got the heat. Talking about topics you gotta meet. From motivation to self-discovery, Pam's dropping gems, it's a guarantee. Ooh yeah, she's shaking up the streets, bringing the heat. Reshape your reality, can't be beat. Pam's on fire, you better believe. Stay tuned, cause she's here to achieve.
Yeah. What's up, fam? What's up? I'm back. Top of the afternoon to you guys. How you doing? Put it one in the chat and let me know you can hear me. Hey, everybody. Hey, Ariel. Hey, CC. Hey, here for the tea. Hey, everybody in the house. Let me know you can hear me. What's up, Rachel Boo? Put the one in the chat and let me know you can hear me, baby. All right, all right, all right. Thank you for showing up for me. I appreciate ya. So, yeah, y'all, we had an exciting day yesterday. Woo-wee. You know, Miss Pam be trying not to go in the mess, get in the mess, right? Stuff be going around on these YouTube streets, y'all. I don't understand it. They can't help themselves, but you know, that's for them. And we're going to keep it moving. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please share, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So today, y'all, I wanted to do a show. Because I don't know if any of you guys, I want to be honest with you, right? I love me some hip-hop music. I sure do. I'm a hip-hop girl. I grew up on hip-hop, right? Miss Pam used to pop, break dance, all that stuff, y'all. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I sure did. Yes, I did. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I'm really a hip-hop girl. Really, I am, right? And I love me some hip-hop music. But there are certain artists I could never like really get with, uh, like Puffy and them, all of that type stuff. You know what I mean? And so, what is this? Hold on, y'all. What is this about? Why I'm not seeing? Hold on. I'm not seeing my chat over here. I don't know what the heck going on, but we're gonna figure it out. I couldn't see y'all chat. Okay, now I see you. You in the chat. Okay. Hey everybody. I'm like, what is that? That's the weirdest thing. Let me go back over here. So anyway, moving right along. We're gonna keep it moving. So basically, you know how sometimes I don't know about you guys, right? But it's just some artists we don't like, some artists we do like, right? And I can never get with certain artists, like Bad Boy Records, right? Like the only group on Bad Boys I liked was the Locks. Go figure, right? And so sound like it's a little echo. Okay. So anyway, yes, the Locks and some other, groups. Like I could never get with Jay-Z. I could never get with Beyonce, and I never knew why, because I really wanted to like Beyonce because I thought she was very talented. She could dance, all of that, right? But for some reason, I just couldn't get with her. You know what I mean? And then as you grow and when you grow into your spirituality, you know, you start to understand why. I don't know if you guys remember when you were younger, you had a grandma or somebody talking about when you listening to that music, that's the devil music. Put a one in the chat if you ever heard an elder in your life or in your family tell you that was the devil music. I'm not seeing my chat over here. Let me see. Let me stay over here. That is blowing me. You ever heard a family member say, what did you say? Hold on. That you, yep. Hey, welcome. So, yeah, because I used to hear old people say that stuff all the time, right? That, that was the devil music. And you'd be like, what? What's devil about it? Well, I'm about to show you. There's some things that go in the industry and they use frequencies, they channel evil spirits and things like that. In my research, I found out that, there'd be a lot of stuff going on in the music industry. I'm going to drop the chat. I'm going to drop the link in case, because I think I was going to have a guest. Let's see if I'll get my guest today. Okay, hold on. So yeah. And even like with certain television shows and stuff, right? Like I can't watch anything Tyler Perry anymore. I was a huge fan. Tyler Perry's, The Sisters, Ruthless, don't forget Haves and Haves Not. Man, I would be in front of the TV every week for the Haves and Haves Not, right? And then all of a sudden, just one day, I couldn't. And I was like, like, what's going on? Like, I like that stuff. You know what I mean? I like watching those shows. I was a love horror movies. Can't watch those anymore. Then you start to learn when you because you get to thinking and everything, right? And you start to learn that certain things you can't ingest into your spirit when you're growing, right? And so I wanted to share something with you because I believe that this is how some things are getting into our spirit, right? When it comes to the music industry, because we love to listen to music. We love the bop. We love the dance. It gets us going, right? And upon my research, I came upon a gentleman who's a pastor now, G. Craig Lewis, who used to be a producer in the music industry, but now he's a pastor. And if you know a lot of people, when they come out of that music industry, they go right to the church. What's his name? Lord, I got a brain fart. Montel Jordan, right? Everybody remember Montel Jordan. Then you got Maze. You know what I mean? Like, some of them just go right into the church. Now, what I wanted to talk about also is that some of the people that do gospel music, child, they working for the devil. They working for the devil, honey. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but Kirk Franklin, allegedly. Everything I'm saying is allegedly. Everything I'm talking about is allegedly. You know what I mean? And I want to share it with you guys, my audience, because some people need to know. Sometimes we really need to know what's really going on in what we're ingesting in our spirit. You know what I mean? And I want to enlighten you. That's what I came to do, enlighten you. So I'm going to get right into it. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me play something for you guys. And I want to make sure you guys can still hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know you can still hear me, please. Okay. All right. Great. All right. Let me get started. All right. I'm gonna play something for you, and I want your honest opinion. We're gonna interact today. I want you to tell me what you think, and please share, like, and subscribe. Let's get to it.
They sell us a dream, fame, fortune, lights, and luxury. The music industry promises escape from poverty, trauma, and silence. But once you step into the spotlight, the shadows start to show. Let's talk about how fame is marketed as the ultimate dream and the very real nightmare that often comes with it. How media, labels, and culture frame fame as the ultimate escape. From a young age, especially in Black and brown communities, we're taught that success looks like a mic in your hand or a stage under your feet. You're not just told you can make it, you're told it's the only way to be seen, respected, or free. Music videos show you the yachts and jewelry. Award shows give you the illusion of acceptance, but no one tells you that contracts are traps, managers become gatekeepers, and sometimes silence is safer than the truth. They sell us a dream, fame, fortune, lights, and luxury. The music industry promises escape from poverty, trauma, and silence. But once you step into the spotlight, the shadows start to show. Let's talk about how fame is marketed as the ultimate dream and the very real nightmare that often comes with it. How media, labels, and culture frame fame as the ultimate escape. From a young age.
Okay. Let me share my screen, and we're going to get right into it. Alrighty. We're going to hit this. Shout out to G. Craig Lewis. This is something I came across. Now, I did watch the 2023 Grammys, but then I couldn't. And here's why. This very performance right here.
So now, speaking of controversy, it gives me great pleasure to introduce two incredibly talented artists who have
This is
risen
fair
above
use.
the noise,
Fair use.
the doubt, the critics, into something beautifully unholy.
They ain't believe in us. They blame themselves. While you over there hating and being jealous, you could be over here embracing that love. More life, more blessings. God did. Win with us. But watch us win. I'ma take it outside. I'ma take it to church.
Forgive me for what you did. Nobody took a million to hold it. I'm getting millionaires to come ball crack. Really took the tone now. God for the souls, don't he wrote sin for those who make the laws. I'ma always have smoke for them. I got words like shoot.
Up in the stars, over the universe is bigger than Mars. I see you in heaven, see you in heaven. When I see you in heaven, I'ma be with my dog. Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Wow. It's hard to believe that we've come to this point where musicians and musical artists would be so bold in their attempts to raise the power of Satan or give glory and honor to Satan in these kinds of settings. But this has been going on for many years, and I've been preaching this for many, many years. And this one was a little more disturbing to me, even though the media is downplaying it and they're trying to say that Satanists aren't even happy with it and all these kinds of things. There were some significant rituals performed in this particular event. Now, I was going to just let it go. I said, you know what? I've done videos before on music, and I covered everything I'm about to cover. I covered most of it in
That performance that Sam Smith did, that was a ritual.
our latest release, which is The Truth Behind Hip Hop Rewind. There is a video on that video called Souls for Sale, and I kind of dealt with some of this stuff there. But I wanted to come on and show and share this particular information concerning the Grammys, the 2023 Grammys, so that you would get an understanding of just how strategic these people are, how intentional, how calculated they are in what they're doing, and it's all to bring harm to you. So I want to deal with this, the 2023 Grammy Awards. Let me first start out by talking about gods and goddesses of old, because this had a lot to do with it. There is a god of old called Shiva. Shiva is a Hindu god known as the Destroyer. He is summoned to bring death and destruction into a culture. Some of y'all know him by his counterpart, Kali, who has all the arms and carries his head and dominates men and all of the different things. This is where we get yoga, all the practices of yoga and transcendental meditation, and all these things come from this particular culture, which makes those things demonic, of course, but we'll talk about that in another video. Shiva, when invoked, this spirit brings death by plagues, wars, weather, and devastating catastrophes. This spiritual entity is known in other cultures by different names. Of course, we know the parallels and different things. They're all pretty much the same entities, but different cultures call them by different names because of what happened in Babel and the languages being.
So basically, the music industry is basically a devil's playground. And if you feel like that, and if you don't feel like that, put a 1 in the chat. And if you do feel like that, put a 2 in the chat. Because, hey, Fly Boys, how you doing? Good to see you over here. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Pamela. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for showing up. All right. Okay. Cece put a 2 in the chat. Okay. All right. Everybody has a different opinion, and you're not being judged. You are not being judged. It's okay. Because we all have to get to where we got to get to at some point. You know what I mean? Like, everybody don't have it. They don't get it right away. But it's all right. And so, let me move on. Because I start to see things, and I need to, and not that I need to expose anything, but I need to bring awareness and enlightenment to people. I mean, I believe that's what I've been called to do. So we're going to move right along. Check this out. I want to hit this.
Fine print. Nobody sees. You think you've made it until you realize you signed your rights away. Most artists don't even own the masters to their own music. They're locked into deals where they owe the label more than they're paid. Imagine being broke after a platinum album because your image was paid for with your soul. Labels fund the lifestyle, then use it as leverage. You owe for those clothes, you owe for that tour, and you better keep quiet if something goes wrong. The fine print. Nobody sees. You think you've made it until you realize you signed your rights away. Most artists don't even own the masters to their own music. They're locked into deals where they owe the label more than they're paid. Imagine being broke after a platinum album because your image was paid for with your soul.
Paid for with your soul. Can you believe that? I can. And one artist that stands out to me that did a video that I'm about to share. Shout out to Blackie Speaks YouTube channel. All the videos that I'm playing, the description, the links to the videos are in the description of this live. So let me get over here, and I'm gonna share my screen again. Because this young man really, when I seen this video, this young man, OK Cyrus, he really, we're going to get into it too. Hold on. Let me get to the video. Let me share it. And it is right. Hold on. Bear with me. That one. Talk about this. This was very, very telltale for Miss Pam when this young man did this video. I was like, what the world happened to him? Because he was very, very talented. And then all of a sudden, you don't see him no more. Like, where did he go? Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
It's a God blessing. You need to stop it. God don't like that we in this music business. God don't like that we talking about money, cars, and clothes.
Now, you remember there was a little rumor going around about Puffy taking this young man to Jamaica. I wonder what happened on that trip with him for him to make this video.
Hoes. So if you want to be in this music industry and you want to get money, understand what it comes with. That it's not from God. It's from the devil. Understand. I just want you to understand that, you know, because I don't want y'all to get lost in the sauce and complain what y'all going through and why y'all going through it. Period. It's not from God. Stop saying it's a God blessing. It's not from God. It's from the devil. He gives you.
And when they say it's from God, it's from their God, not ours. The darkness, the dark one, the devil, Satan. That's who their God is.
What you want so you can destroy yourself.
Now, what you saw right there was a video of 21-year-old singer slash rapper YK Osiris discussing some of the dark realities of the music industry. You might remember my The Rap Game is a Dark Place video I made last month, a video that of course was very well received by most, but it definitely upset a lot of people. Essentially, I was in a way discouraging people from becoming rappers. It was almost like a bait or somewhat of a test, because the people who got discouraged from pursuing their rap dream due to watching my video never wanted to become rappers in the first place. Those people simply don't have a strong enough reason to continue, because my opinion and perspective of the rap game made them question their so-called dream. I think you understand what I mean when I say that. Every opportunity I get to highlight the reality of what really goes on behind the scenes in hip-hop, I'm gonna go out of my way to cover it. Why? Because most people simply don't talk about it. Believe it or not, it's a very taboo topic, because what do we as rap fans see when we go on these rappers' Instagrams? All we see is millions of followers, millions of likes, constant flexing, jewelry on fleek, multiple cars, an extremely fast life, rappers doing the money phone, etc. There just isn't enough focus on the other side, which is the most important side, because that's what makes an artist human. That's what makes them relatable. It ain't the flashy jewelry, it ain't the cars, it's the sensitive side. The more human, honest, and real side that they either choose to show or, like a lot of rappers do, hide. So a friend of mine actually sent me this little rant YK Osiris had, and he asked me what I thought about it. My response: I see where he's coming from, but this is coming from the wrong place. Let me explain what I mean. See, what YK Osiris said is 100% the truth. A lot of rappers talk about how they love God so much, but at the same time they worship their material possessions. Not only that, but they also, you know, brag about their sins on their songs and influence millions of people with their words, for good or for bad. By the way, I just want to make this very clear. I'm not religious. I'm not trying to make this video sound like some kind of holy ceremony or anything like that. I listen to these kind of rappers. I listen to that kind of music. I'm just trying to make a point and connect what he said to hip-hop. Continuing. The point is, YK Osiris is not lying. But then again, let's not forget this. It's all about what you do with that fame, money, and power that you garner when you become a successful rapper. And this is actually something I wish I would have mentioned in my, you know, the rap game is a dark place video. Even though I'm one of those people who talk about the dark truths of the rap game, I also gotta say this: you don't have to go that route. There's a lot of rappers who are well known and eating off of their craft, but they've still preserved their morals and values in the midst of getting there. To be honest, I would say that the majority of rappers,
and that is true, some rappers do preserve their morals and their values, but how many of them don't? Yeah, I mean, how many of them don't? Is there anybody that you guys feel that have sold their soul to the devil? Put it in the chat. Let me see what you're saying. I think Diddy is one. I think a lot of people in the music industry have. I want to bring this to awareness, right? We got a lot of people that we look up to. Let's say like Oprah, right? How many of you think Oprah is a good woman? If you think the devil not how many of you think Oprah is how many of you people think Oprah is a good person? The Uzi, yeah. What, you know, did anybody see the cover one day? It was a cover of a magazine, or it was a photo of Puffy's white party, right? And there was two men. It was Puffy and I think, is it the baby? And they were like hugging him like in a sandwich, right? Hey, just being nosy. And so I thought that shit was kind of odd, right? How they had him, you know, Puffy was behind him, the other man was in front of him, and it was like they was sandwiching. He was in a sandwich, right? And I was like, look at this shit. Exactly. There are all kinds of things. They be graping people over there. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all one day, allegedly, Meek Mill, right? Let's talk about it, right? There's an audio going around on YouTube of allegedly Puffy banging him out, right? And shortly after that, there's a video of them at a party, and Meek Mill is in the pool leaned over, right? Lord forgive me. But I was like, that was too obvious for me. That man, you know, it was like I've never seen anybody leaned over in the pool like that, guys. Like, for real. Like, you leaned over in the pool, like you just got your back blown out. You feel what I'm saying? And the one thing, some people was like, nah, they don't think that was somebody told me they think it was what you call it, a corn video, right? And I was like, well, how is it a corn video when for real, if you listen to the audio, I don't think it was a corn video, because if you listen in the audio, the guy is like, stop. He's saying stop. You know, now in a corn video, that means they're participating, right? That is something that is what? Consensual, right? So why would somebody talk about stop in the audio, right? I thought that was very, very odd, right? And I was like, wow. So I had played it because I had I kept saying, listen to this, and it did sound like Meek Mill. It really did. Allegedly. It sounded like him. I can't say if it was him, but it was mighty funny that the next thing you see him in is in that pool. You feel me? He was in that pool. I was like, wow. Okay, though. So, you know, yeah, they be like having a lot of stuff going on in the music industry. I'd be like, what? And just the industry, period. Why do you think they call Hollywood Sin City? Why do you think they call Hollywood Sin City? Because it's nothing but sin going on up there. Nothing but sin. All kinds of stuff be happening. You know, look at the Harvey Weinstein thing. All of that stuff coming out. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And we do not see these things. We do not understand that we are being influenced by the music frequency. Now, I was listening to some stuff one day. Matter of fact, it was G. Craig Lewis, right? He has a lot of videos and he has a lot of knowledge about the music industry because he was in it, right? And in one of these videos, he talks about Michael Jackson channeling. Michael Jackson had a room of mirrors he used to go in, and he used to channel, hey Pinky, he used to channel the spirit of Liberace. Do anybody know who Liberace was? Liberace was a piano player. He was a flamboyant. He was very flamboyant. He was a gay man, right? I recently watched a show about the young dude that he had was his lover, right? Can't even remember his name, but it's on Prime, and it talks about how this young guy had got into it led to a murder with this young guy being involved, but this guy was Liberace's lover, and there was a lot of stuff going on in Hollywood, you know, with people doing things. How about now? I like Eddie Murphy. I like Richard Pryor. But there have been rumors for years about the people we look up to. Some people idolize these people. And one of the rumors is, allegedly, that when Eddie Murphy was caught with that, put a 1 in the chat if you remember this. Eddie Murphy being caught with the transsexual in a car. Put a 1 in the chat if anybody remember that rumor. I mean, it wasn't a rumor because it actually happened, right? It actually happened. So And please like, share, and subscribe. And please donate if you can. So listen. That transsexual shortly died after that. Allegedly. Was unalived. Then what was the other one? There was another one. There's a rumor about Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando played he played in The Godfather, if anybody remember that. He played Michael Corleone's father in The Godfather. And there is a rumor, and also there's a rumor about Richard Pryor allegedly with Paul Mooney, the comedian. Paul Mooney, a lot of us knew he was a gay man, right? Just like we have heard these rumors for years circulating about Diddy, Puffy, right? For years we heard these rumors. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard the rumors about Diddy for years. Way before Jaguar Wright. Because I have. That's why I always knew Jag was lying. Because we heard these rumors way before her. She was just regurgitating stuff, right? Just regurgitating. So there'd be a lot of stuff going on in this industry. And just like there was a video, I'm going to get to that. I don't know if anybody remember this, right? Do you know who Christian Keys is? He's an actor that that has played in a number of Tyler Perry movies, right? And plays, right? And recently, now I'm going to say about a year or two ago, he went live on his Instagram, and I'm quite sure the video is still up. Where he talked about a particular person in the industry that had made sexual advances towards him. Who do we think that was? Who do we know it allegedly was? Allegedly? Let's get into it.
Exploitation, abuse, and ritual topic, the dark whispers of what happens behind the fame. There are too many stories of abuse, financial, emotional, and physical, that never make headlines. Some say artists are groomed. Others hint at ritual, control, and silence through coercion. Whether you believe in the industry plants or not, it's real that trauma is exploited. Pain becomes profit. Labels will package your breakdown into a best-selling album because your suffering is marketable. Exploitation, abuse, and ritual topic, the dark whispers of what happens behind the fame. There are too many stories.
Too many stories. There are too many stories. Now, and you can see this stuff play out in people's behavior. Anybody ever wonder why allegedly Bow Wow acts the way he does? Allegedly. You know what I mean? Then we just heard how recently Ray J just I don't know what Suge Knight said to him, or he tried to allude to him. He tried to allude something about Ray J being gay or whatever, right? And Ray J went live talking about how allegedly, let me see how I want to word this. Allegedly how Suge used to send him to the store to go get butter so he can, insert it into an artist, and he used to bang guys out. That's allegedly. But it came from Ray J. Ray J said it. So you have to wonder, is this stuff really going on? Like, I believe that some things are going on. One of the reasons why I believe it is because somebody that I was very DMX. Let's talk about DMX. DMX was very vocal about some of the things that particularly went down in the industry and what he wasn't down with. And here's how he explains it. I'm going to share this. Give me a second. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me cancel that. Am I still sharing something? No, I'm not. Hold on. Okay, let me do this again. I wanted to share this with you guys. Because you can't tell me. Oh, that's what I had to do. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Where's the video? Here we go. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna let him speak for itself. Because some of these things is like, why isn't that? Wait a minute. There we go. In my boy's words, here we go. Hit it, X.
My man from Yonkers, New York. DMX. Yeah. That's what's up. I appreciate it.
Fair use. The link to this video is in the description. Shout out to Pull TV.
What I'm gonna speak on is the thing that's on my mind the most. You know what I'm saying? The thing that we all gotta deal with every day, but don't really know. The industry. The industry. Man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent. It's about playing the game. The industry. Real niggas is dying to get in. The industry. Just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry got your word meaning nothing. The industry, fuck what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry like, wait! But in the streets, we like, get 'em. 17 up in that thing. Catch them sleeping and hit them. The industry, if you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down. It's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. See me? I'm getting my beast on. The industry, stay in the dirt, play in the dirt, test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want because nobody can finish me. The industry, wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a fuck about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you. The industry, I'm sick of this industry shit. The industry playing them like a industry bitch. They tried to finish me quick, but I am long, so I stand strong. Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song. I only know how to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little short joint I'm gonna hit you with. You know what I'm saying? And it basically reflects on my relationship with the industry. This is what it is. Often my words fall on deaf ears. Motherfuckers be listening but don't hear. Talking to a nigga, he be sitting right here. I be like, where you going? Nigga be like, yeah. Thank you.
So, y'all know I had to play my boy X, right? That's why I'm so connected with him, because he was real and he spoke the truth and he spoke from his heart. And if you couldn't decipher what was being said in that video, it was saying that he was not allowing them to take his soul, but a part of him did get his soul taken, because when he was in the industry, he did things that he wasn't supposed to do. You know what I mean? Now, I think that he was not one that was touched, but I do think that some people put things in his path to lead him down the path that he went down, you know, having all the kids, you know what I mean? Like, it was just crazy to me, you know what I mean? Because he was so spiritual. He was into the Bible. He loved the Lord, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, we're going to move right along. So, how you guys liking the show? Do anybody got a story they want to tell? Not really. I'm just saying. Do you know somebody that you think allegedly has been sold their soul? Oh, let me show some of these. Because this is how you know who's who and who's doing what they do. Who has taken the bait. Hold on, wait a minute. Who has taken the bait for selling their souls, because they do symbolism. Have you guys seen some of these artists is doing some of these symbols? Check this out. There you go. They do symbols. They do it in plain sight. Plain sight. The symbols. That's how you know who's doing what. They with it. Beyonce is one of them. Jay-Z is another one. A lot of them have sold their souls for fame. A lot of them. A lot of them have sold their souls for fame and fortune. Do anybody remember the two young white boys called Corey Haim and Corey Fane? Put a one in the chat if you remember these actors. They played in the movie The Lost Boys. Put a one in the chat if you remember the Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. They were very, very talented actors as kids, right? And then all of a sudden, they started wilding out, being on drugs. You know what I mean? Career going down the path. Corey Haim eventually succumbed to his addiction. Just like Lil Aaron Carter. Have you guys seen that documentary that they got about Aaron Carter and Nick Carter? It's crazy. It is crazy to me that we could not see these things. And these people go for fame and fortune and they sell their souls to the devil. Let's move on. So I am here. Hold on. Let's go. In closing. I ain't gonna keep it.
Fame as a distraction topic. Selling dreams to keep people asleep. Fame is used to distract us. The music that once healed and freed us is now often watered down, commercialized, and weaponized. They don't want revolution, they want entertainment. While communities suffer, the industry feeds us luxury porn and sexual shock value. It keeps the people watching, not thinking, listening, but not learning. Fame as a distraction topic. Selling dreams to keep people asleep. Fame is used to distract us. The music that once healed and freed us is now often watered down, commercialized, and weaponized. They don't want revolution, they want entertainment. While communities suffer, the industry feeds us luxury porn and sexual shock value. It keeps the people watching, not thinking, listening, but not learning. Fame as a distraction.
And I just recently realized, just because I don't watch TV that much no more, right? So I just recently found out that Tyler Perry to do a new sister show, right? Money Talks, that's right, Fly Boys. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy. It just behooves me. I'm trying to tell you, this stuff behooves me because I'm like, I used to want to be an actress. You see, I didn't make it. That's that God's grace. God's grace upon me. It behooves me that people don't see it. I have a friend, well, I have a little son, like my little son, who just signed, I'm not going to reveal his name now, but he called me the other day, guys, to tell me that he just signed a distribution deal with Rock Nation. And when he said that to me, I was like, what? It brought tears to my eyes. Tears. Because I know them people ain't right. Rock Nation in particular. Because just how they did DMX. You know, they shelved him. Because I don't know if anybody know this. Before DMX and Jay-Z became famous, there was a rap battle. And DMX had just got jumped by some guys that he had previously robbed. And everything is allegedly. But his mouth was wired. He had his mouth was wired up. So his jaws, you know, from being jumped. But he took the battle, right? And in that battle, there's only an audio, and I have been trying to find it. You can't really find it anymore. I've been looking. In that battle, they went on for a long time, but DMX was vicious. And in my opinion, and I'm not just saying this because that's my guy, but he won that battle. The way the battle ended is Jay-Z said a line and walked out the door. That's how the battle ended. But in my opinion, X won that battle. Dogs for life, right? We have to be careful about what we ingest in our spirit, right? We definitely have to be careful about what we ingest in our spirit and what we listen to and what we have our children listen to. Because some of these artists are playing the devil's music. They're definitely playing the devil's music. That's who they serve. And that's their God.
Closing thoughts and real talk. Fame is not the prize, purpose is. You don't need to be famous to be free. You don't need to sell yourself to be successful. The industry has created a machine that eats souls and spits out brands. If you're chasing fame, make sure you're not running from your truth. Let's reshape what success really means for ourselves and the next generation. Closing thoughts and
And with that being said, guys, that's my show. I want to thank you for being here today. And this is Pam reminding you to what? Always be your true, authentic self. Bye.
Yo, listen up. I got news to share. There's a podcast in town that's taking the air. Reshape Your Reality. That's the name you know. Hosted by Pam, she's bringing the flow. She's got the fire, she's got the heat. Talking about topics you gotta meet. From motivation to self-discovery, Pam's dropping gems, it's a guarantee. Ooh yeah, she's shaking up the streets, bringing the heat. Reshape your reality, can't be beat. Pam's on fire, you better believe. Stay tuned, cause she's here to achieve.